all my Phantom friends. Welcome back. Ghost X Feared here, and today I'm going to be doing a tank review on the Tier 10 Japanese Super Heavy, the Type 5. So, this game has been out for a long time, and I have just only recently got the Type 5 Heavy. Well, Super Heavy. So today I'm going to break down the statistics of the tank, show you both guns, and hopefully kick some butt. So let's start with the tank itself. Let's go on in here. So, about a 20-second reload, 10 degrees of barrel depression. Radio range is not a big deal, or view range about 400, so that's about average. There's your shell, different shell types. Which, the first shell type is common type 0, which is your damage is between 825 being the lowest, and the highest you could roll is 1,375. So that is definitely a high explosive shell. Splash radius is 3.66 meters. The second shell type you can shoot is your actual pen shells, which your lowest damage could be 563 and your highest damage could be 938. Shell velocity is 750 meters per second. So, not very good shell velocity. It is a big shell, though. Alright, so now let's move over to the armor. Now, the armor is the big plus of this. This is why they call it a super heavy. Starting off with the mantlet is 280 millimeters of armor, which means you're going to need more than that to pen it. The upper plate, I guess you could say, the upper hull plate is 270 millimeters of armor. The bottom lower plate is 260 millimeters of armor, and it is at a slight angle, so that could be used to your advantage. The side little cheeks, which used to be thinner, is 250 millimeters of armor, so that's pretty good. So if you keep it straight on like this, there's no way they're going to pen you through those cheeks. The side of your turret, both sides of your turret, and your upper hatch is 210 millimeters of armor, so that's pretty good too. You can pull off some pretty good bounces with that. The back of your turret's 200 millimeters of armor. It's a slight angle, not too much of an angle, so be careful. Just don't let people get behind you, but I say that in the Type 5, being a super heavy, is also really slow. Its top speed is 25 kilometers an hour, with an engine power about 1,200 horsepower. So, not the fastest tank. Your side plates here on your upper hull is 160 millimeters. Your rear is 150 and at a decent angle, so you could actually bounce quite a few people off your rear. Your actual side armor is 140 millimeters. Your lowest plate, which I can't even show you, but that little plate down there, super at an angle, is 150 millimeters. Don't shoot there. Don't shoot there. This upper little part here is 105 millimeters. The top of your turret is 90 millimeters. The whole top of your tank, back half of your turret and the upper top of your tank is 75 millimeters. Your gun is 60 millimeters. Your tracks, I do believe that's your tracks, is 50 millimeters. And you do have spaced armor on the side at 35 millimeters. Okay, so that's the basics there. So now we're going to go into the gun itself. So you've got your 15 centimeter and you've got your 14 centimeter. Now your 14 centimeter, you have 249 millimeters of penetration with a max damage of 600. Or an average damage of about 600. About 3, maybe 4 rounds a minute with a decent crew. Your accuracy is 0.40, so that's really bad. Your aim time is 2.5 seconds, which doesn't sound bad, but when you're aiming in, it can get pretty long. Now, this is the competitive gun, technically. Okay, this is the gun that's got the better DPM, because this gun, the gun I'm currently using, has 3 rounds a minute, so 1 round less, pretty much, and only 85 millimeters of penetration. But if you penetrate your round into the enemy tank, you will do up to 1,100 damage. So that is quite a bit, but your accuracy gets even worse, 10 more worse at 0.50, and your aim time gets also worse by 4 by 2.9 seconds. So, this is what you call the derp gun. This gun, you do not need to aim, you just need to hit the tank, okay? This gun, you need to aim. So we're going to start with this gun first. This is the competitive gun. Equipment, eye roll on this. Definitely a large caliber gun rammer. That's going to minus 10% of your reload time. That's going to be super important. The heavy spool liner I use because you're an arty target. You are a target for just anybody really. So the heavy spool liner is going to protect you from artillery and your crew. And the vents just improves your entire crew by 5% overall. So these are what I use. You probably could use, in place of the vent, you probably could use a enhanced gun lane drive, which will reduce your aim time. Which is, I'll just show you quick. Which will reduce your aim time by 10%. Which would be nice, but then you sacrifice that 5% that everybody else gets on your crew. So, and then maybe instead of a heavy spool liner, maybe a toolbox. The toolbox is 25% repair speed increase. So you could use toolbox, but that's kind of the loadout I'm running. Anyway, that's enough of covering the tank. Let's just get in and shoot some people. So now I'm running with the competitive gun, the 14 centimeter gun. So, which means I really need to pick my shots, really need to aim. The nice part about the Type 5 Heavy is that you do have the armor. Oh, it's a horrible map. Horrible map for a big super heavy like me, because this is a lot of open field, a lot of open terrain. But I'm going to do what I can. A lot of hills. I'm a very slow tank. But we'll see what we can do on this. Beautiful tank. Super heavy. I mean, it's just often called the Godzilla tank. Godzilla! So, yeah, we're going to see what we can do with this competitive gun. Which means I have to aim my shots because I can't just hit willy-nilly. I've got to actually aim where I want the shell to go. The reload is a little bit better on this gun, the 14 centimeter. So we're going to go up and we're going to fight on this ridge hill up here. It's going to be the most protection from arty from me, and it's going to utilize my 10 degrees of barrel depression. The only issue is getting up there. Now, at 25 kilometers an hour, going up a hill with only 1,200 horsepower, this big beef bus, you can guarantee you're going to be slowing down. So, this is where it's going to be difficult. It's getting to that hill before something bigger and badder gets there. I shouldn't say bigger. It doesn't get much bigger than the Type 5. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're slowly climbing at 8 kilometers an hour. Super slow. Super slow, but now we're going 9 kilometers, so that's 6 now because we're going steeper. So yeah, as you can see, the city is where this tank is going to really shine. Open fields like this and rolling hills, not the best place for a Type 5 Heavy. Now I could go into the town over here, but that town's not going to provide me with much cover from the artillery as I would want. I missed my first shell there. It's alright, I got 52 some more. I've been detected by a Valor or this medium over here. You can see my armor blocks him, but now the artillery knows where I am. So this is where that heavy spool liner is going to come into handy if I do get hit by that artillery. I'm really hoping he doesn't look over here because I don't need that kind of heat right now. Ooh, okay, they already shot the E100, it looks like. And somehow I got some spotting assist, which is a little odd considering I'm not anywhere up there. Alright, we're gonna aim in. No, we're not. We're gonna keep moving. It's too dangerous to stop out in the middle like this. So we're gonna keep pushing forward here. And the whole line of down, going down towards the Type 5 Heavy. They are very slow tanks. They are very slow, very cumbersome, but the plus side is each one of them does have a derp gun that you could use effectively. So it is definitely a grind to get to the Type 5 Heavy. I'd be lying to say if it wasn't. Man, there's a lot on that base. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to try to be a deterrent. It's their artillery. Okay, an American Tier 9 artillery. That is a very good artillery, so we got to be a little careful from that. I don't want this Valor to shoot me in the butt. Okay, he just tracked me, that's fine. Just took a shot from another Valor. Oh, really? Okay, well, see you later. The only problem is nobody's watching this Valor behind us. That's the problem right now. I'm too big of a gun to not watch that Valor. Ooh, 628 on him. Just don't want to get shot in the back. Now, if I had the derp gun, I would have shot him, because it would have done damage regardless of where I hit him. But because I don't have the derp gun, I can't just shoot willy-nilly. I've got to aim and place my shots, which is making this position a very difficult one to hold. Kidding me? Alright. Valor pay one more time. Or not. Bounce off him. That's lovely. Yep. Well, we're pretty much doomed over here, honestly. Not much we could do. Take a couple more pop shots. Bouncing quite a few shells. But couldn't bounce that side shot. So what could I have done differently? Maybe could have fell back into the city maybe more and defended the base more, but it looks like our team pretty much crumbled anyway. So I probably could have stayed more in this area, but then this side of the hill, which had little support as it was, this side of the hill would have fallen even quicker. So I don't know if this would have been the best route for me to go in this town area, but going out in the field, that would have done nothing for my team. So I think overall we went to where we needed to go. Just my team wasn't aggressive enough, and they got the upper hand on us. So looks like this match will be over pretty quickly because nobody's defending the base. And then we'll move into my gun, my favorite gun, the derp gun, where it just doesn't care. Artillery. The Valors are really clearing up the allies here. One of the Valors on the enemy team has 5 kills. I'm pretty sure me being one of them. But this guy's got full health. Makes you wonder what he's done this whole match, but oh, Death Star, that's lovely. Well, he's about to say hello to the Garage Lords. What is that Death Star doing? Yeah, this guy's in trouble. This Valor's just watching it happen, so. Yeah, you know, poor decisions on my team part. I did what I could as a super heavy, slow tank. With a decent gun, but the gun just wasn't effective enough in this battle. And now this Valor is the last guy on our team, facing a Conqueror, which he should be able to kill without any problems, but he's got an E5 to his left now that he's totally tunnel visioning, trying to be selfish to get the kill, And this is going to be all he wrote. Alright, let's go to the post-game stats here. And, see what the damage is. So I didn't lose any silver. I barely gained. I got 8,000 silver. I got 1 kill. 2,000. I got a kill, huh? Destroyed. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, I remember the Scorpion. So I did 2,308 damage. I assisted on spotting damage with 173. I penned 4 rounds. And I blocked 3,710 damage. So the armor definitely held up. Second on the board for my team. Who did I get the assisted damage on? The other Valor. Okay. So this was the one on top of the hill. This is the one I kept shooting. So, not the greatest matchup. But now we're going to move to the next gun. And hopefully get a better map. Alright, so now we're going to move to the big derp gun. Clearly a big difference. So the reload's longer now, the aim time's longer, the accuracy's worse. So the gun gets worse, but it helps that you don't have to aim. You just shoot the tank. And you'll see what I mean here in just 1 minute. I prefer this gun because last I checked, Godzilla doesn't care what he does, so why should my gun care what he does? So, a little bit better of a match. Team destruction. Let's see, where to go, go. Alright, so what do we got? They have no artillery. No artillery. Well, that is a plus, and they have very little tank destroyers. So I think I'm going to go down Heavy Alley. I'm going to go down to the left side. It's what we call Heavy Alley. We're going to head down there, and we're going to see the kind of damage we can do with a big, fat, meaty gun. Another barrel depression. Side. Pretty good barrel depression. I mean, there's not much to shoot at if you're just looking at this with his hull hidden. Well, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of, probably some problems down here because there's nobody else coming down this way with me. We're going to call for assistance because, though I may be Godzilla, I can't hold back the entirety of the enemy team. So, looks like I got a destroyer with me, which is okay because we've got 3 destroyers, 4 destroyers. So let's just see what... Whoa, what are you doing this far where you should not be, Mr. Light Tank? Oh, yes. Run and hide, everybody. Run and hide. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got a party up in here. Alright, first shell no good. It's alright. So the best way to use one of these tanks is to only reveal your one side. Crap. Well, this is probably some of the most aggressive allies that I have seen. Look at that, we did 449 damage by just shooting him. Didn't have to pen him, I just had to shoot him. Mace hug this fatty. We don't want anybody to get behind us here. That would be pretty bad. See, just shoot. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is just shoot. That's gonna give you the most benefit. I mean, you can aim for weaker points. It's probably a smart idea, but even Andre the Giant can't push me around. I'm gonna aim right for his turret, hopefully kill some of his crew members. My commander's dead, but that's fine because I don't need him right now. All the enemies are right here in front of me. And as you can see, I'm just holding them up. I'm holding them back. E-100's got my side, though, so that's a little concerning. I'm going to try to shoot down onto his lower back. That didn't work out very well. Yeah. Okay, so clearly our friendly team is not being the brightest on being over here doing nothing. I mean, he's doing nothing. Meanwhile, our whole other side collapses. This guy's not doing anything. He can be over here. So yeah, that was a very aggressive bum rush by the enemy team. It normally doesn't happen very often. So once our team crumbles, which they will, we'll do another round. We'll do another round in the Type 5 Heavy because that was really out of the ordinary. Let's bounce off that T-32. And this poor prototype, he can't pen the Andre the Giant. There's no way. He can't pen the Panzer 7. There's no way he's penning this guy. Who's he aiming at? And he's dead. So this Diamondback is doing nothing. This T-32 is doing nothing. Meanwhile, if we had a base and artillery, they would all be dead. And the base would be captured. So, yeah, that's... yeah. I mean, granted, the enemy really pushed that side, which is a pretty big surprise. Normally they don't get that far that fast. Or I'm just that slow. One of the two. The only other competent teammate that we have here and here are these two Tier 10 medium and heavy, and they are currently fighting other tanks. Tier 8 and another Valor. Meanwhile, the enemy circles around behind all the rest of these guys. Yep, there's one of them. Fully health Panzer Kulf 7. Full health T-32, not anymore. Over half health T-100. Yeah. So we're kind of just watching the dominoes fall now as it is. Light tanks can't do too much, but they're doing what they can, but it does not gonna matter. This T-32 is now just realizing that he's in trouble. Tried to shoot the tracks E-100. E-100 is gonna put a big shell into his side, and he's dead by the Panzer 7. What's this guy doing? Shoot a tank destroyer. Bouncing some shells, but now the majority and the rest of our team has now been cornered, literally into the corner of the map. And how this battle's played out, I honestly don't think I could have done anything differently. Because had I not gone that way, we would have been trampled over anyway. So, somebody had to have gone down here. I mean, somebody had to. Just happened to be me, and then just so happened the entirety of the enemy team decided to go that way, which doesn't happen, but it did, and, yeah, I kind of paid the price by dying. But I did manage to block 2,230 damage, and I managed to deal 1,333 damage. So, I mean, I did what I could with the gun that I had. I don't know what these light tanks' plans are. He's got 3 marks on his light tank. Ow. Our last little heavy tank is getting eaten alive by the rest of the enemy team. And all that's left is these 2 little light tanks. Not really sure what they're going to do. The one light tank has 3 kills, so that's good. It's good for him, but... are they just gonna run? They're going to kill themselves. I don't know. There's water right there. I'm not sure what these light tanks' plans are. There's no base for them. Are they gonna run around for 7 minutes? Boy, Ghost, what great content you put out. But you're dead and these light tanks are running around for 7 minutes. No, there's so many enemy tanks left that I don't think they'll make it 7 minutes, but... This little Russian light tank, I mean... Wow, okay, they're putting in some work, but... This little Russian light tank, I think anything hits him on the enemy team, besides that T-32, will kill him with one shot. So... Kill this T-32. They're not spotted. Oh, they are now. Alright, that little boy's got 4 kills now. He's gonna try to maybe kill this foe here. This larvae. That's what they call him. I call it low because it's just how it looks, but... Uh-oh, he's made a mistake. Oh! Ooh. Oh, it's a tier 9 British light tank. Wow, he's cruising now. What the? It's the tier 9 light tank. Realized he's not about to come around the corner with all those guys. Well, they've withered him down a little bit. They still got 2 heavies to worry about. Well, technically 3, but one's a tier 8. 2 tier 10 heavies to worry about. And they've got a light tank to worry about as well. So it looks like their plan is just to keep running. So I see what they're doing. They're running away, getting far enough out of view range for them, just enough to spot them and shoot them from a distance where they're not detected. So it's a smart play. It's a smart plan. It's good that they're sticking together, because their survival rate is increased because they are together. But with this little light tank, this tier 9 light tank, spotting all these guys while they're trying to get around the map is the problem. If they can kill him, they eliminate the eyes of the enemy team. Oof. But there goes our tier 10 light tank. Our tier 9 light tank is still fighting this other tier 9 light tank, but our light tank got theirs. So now the enemy's eyes are completely wiped out. So that means, which means this light tank has to keep the distance enough, just enough where he can spot. But never mind, he was getting flanked. So, all right, so we'll do another battle here with the Type 5, because that one was just pretty crappy. Lost 9,000 silver. But I'm pretty high up on the board considering how soon I died, so... We'll just go right back into another one. And we'll see if we can do better on this match here. You never know what you're going to get when you're playing tanks. You never know how it's going to go. You never know how it's going to end, because I totally did not suspect the entirety of the enemy team to go the way that I went. That was pretty surprising. And once they found out nobody was over there, they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, so... Most of the mistake was on my team's side. They should have split a little bit more evenly. But I don't have any control over that. It's all on them. And That's just what happens. I took a lot of shells, defended a lot of points, but in the end, I done died. So this match, we're going to probably head down the 9 line. Probably go down in that area. Down to Heavy Alley. Because I don't want to... Well, I guess artillery, I don't have to worry about artillery this match, so that's good. But there are a few top-tier tank destroyers that pose a little bit of a threat. The Jagdpanzer E100 and the Alf-Panzer E100, or the Waffle, are both high-tier tank destroyers that probably wouldn't have any problems penning me. My thickest armor is my Matlet, and that's 280 millimeters, when the Jagdpanzer E100's base penetration is 299 millimeters penetration. So, he could very easily go through me if he so chooses to. So, we gotta keep an eye out for those top-tier tank destroyers. Those are gonna be pretty dangerous. But other than that, not much of the enemy team looks too much of a threat. The other Type 5, he could be, depending on the gun that he's shooting. If he's shooting the standard gun, say your prayers, because there's no way he's going to be able to go against the derp gun that I'm rolling. If he's rolling the derp gun, we're both going to be able to damage each other, and it's just going to be an all-out duke fest. So, we can hope. The 113 and the Centurion Action 10 are pushing for the hill. Not a surprise there. But it looks like our Waffle is just unloading on somebody. Who ate it? Okay. It looks like the Centurion Action 10 is about half health now. Because somebody decided to step in front of a Waffle. And that's just what happens. So this Super Conqueror's kind of in the position we want to be in. But we just kind of derp ourselves here. We do 294 damage. I mean, not much, but doesn't take much. As long as we peek around this corner and not expose this corner plate here, my armor is going to be more effective. So there's the Waffle, but I'm going to shoot this IS-7. Track him in his spot. Bouncing tons of shells. I've already blocked 1,600 damage. So we're going to keep it up. But we don't want that Jagdpanzer to get any further than he is. There's a Waffle back there. And I penned the Waffle, so that's 1,000 damage right there. I blocked 3,500 already. So that's already past my health expectancy, so that's good. Super Conqueror, get out of my way, bro. Can't shoot if you are in thy way. And now I don't get a shot on that guy. There's a Type 5. I think the Type 5 is shooting high explosive. I think. Ooh, yep, and that Jagdpanzer definitely just popped me pretty good. We're gonna readjust because that Jagdpanzer freaking hurts. Just as I thought, he penned me without any freaking problems. So we're gonna crack him as soon as he peeks out, because I want him to shot. And I'm hitting the rock, so we're gonna back up. Super Conqueror will engage this Type, or this T-7 Heavy. But no. So anyway, you kind of get the gist of the Type 5 Heavy. I only did 553 damage on that one. No, I did a little bit more because I hit that Waffle. But I blocked 4,090 damage. That is a lot of damage. That's just about 2 times over my health. So, when it comes down to it, the Type 5, super slow tank, super heavy, but in the right scenario, it could be a true Godzilla. So anyway, that's going to do it for today's video on the Type 5 tank review. Sorry the gameplay wasn't the greatest, but hey, you win some, you lose some. So make sure if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And then also go check out my Twitch channel at GhostXFeared OG, because that's where all the magic happens. And let me know what tank you want to see next for me to review, because I will do so. But as always, guys, I will see all of you in the next one.